This is a little DIY of how to install this shift knob on this Jetta. So this is how the shift knob looks now. This is the OEM one, and this is the shift knob from the newer models, I think 22 and up. The videos that I could find online on how to do it were on other cars, so I figured I'd make one on this car. This is a 2019 Jetta SEO Premium. So like I said, I couldn't find anyone doing it on this car, so I figured let me do it myself and make a video on it. So I'm kind of learning as we go, because all I could really find is how to remove these trims. After that, you know, they didn't really say much. So be patient with me, because like I said, I'm learning as we go. You know, I'm pretty mechanically inclined, so I'll figure it out. But to get started, you have to remove this little trim right here. So this comes up very easy. You know, just pop up each side with like a flathead or something. Very lightly, just lift each corner and it should pop out. You can just lift it out like that. So that's how it's held in. So you see, those are the 2 points you need to focus on. Just lift them out and pick the whole thing up. So put that to the side. Next, this has to come up. So to get this up, you kind of just put some pressure here and here. Like I said, it was already out because I started already. And just put nice pressure here and it's gonna pop up. So you can see what's holding it. Clip right there, clip right there. It's gonna be very tight if it's your first time. Oh, that sounds funny, but it's gonna be pretty tight if it's your first time lifting it out. So you gotta put some decent pressure here and just pop it up. So once you pop it up, this will come up here. So there's a cable right here. You don't have to pull that out yet. You can actually pull it out if you want now. Again, that sounds funny. You can pull this cable out whenever you want, but I'd wait until you take this off. So next, see this thing right here? There is a metal clip. This is a one-time use thing, so you're gonna have to cut it off. This is gonna be kind of hard if you don't have the proper tools, because it's not thin, it's very thick. So I had my little tool right here, this Dremel, Milwaukee Dremel, and I cut mine. So you're gonna have to figure out some way to cut this off. Like I said, it's not thin. You're not gonna be able to just grab it and bend it. Like, you're gonna have to cut it off. Well, like I said, it's gonna be hard. So figure some way to get this off, because it's just a metal ring that they crimp around it. So I had to cut it. So that's that. So now once you get that off, you're gonna pull this up pretty firmly. But again, don't forget this is plugged in, so you might want to plug it out first. I waited till after. So let me see if I can do this to one hand. Yep, there we go. So it popped up. So there you go. You lift that off. Careful with this, don't want to mess this up. So now I'm gonna unplug. Ooh, please tell me I didn't scratch it. No. All right, so now I'm gonna unplug that. Okay, so now that that's unplugged, which is pretty simple, just squeeze the tab. Look right there, squeeze that down, and then pull it out. Sometimes you have to push a little bit further so you can actually get it to unclip. So I was pushing from under here like that with my nail. So unplug that, and now we have this off. So all right, so pretty much what I'm realizing is it's pretty much easy, very, very simple. So see, like that, looks the same. So this is gonna literally replace this. So you got to get this black piece off. This is what's holding the shift boot to the knob. So this black piece has to come off. It's pretty tight on there, so I'm gonna go ahead and struggle with getting that off, because it's, let me see if you can see, it's held by like 4 little notches, but it's very tight on there. So I think I'm gonna have to squeeze this together, kind of pry this off. But I feel like once I get this off, the shift knob will come from the boot, and then that's when you'll put this one in its place, put this black thing back over, and then, you know, put this all back together. So let me go ahead and work on getting this off. So this is what I'm doing to get it off. I put a vice grip to squeeze this, don't do it too tight. And then I'm gonna use this big flathead here, and I'm gonna pry, let me pull this back. I'm gonna pry it off. See that little opening there? There's 4 of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and pry it off like that. So let's see how this goes. All right, so I got it off. It was very difficult, probably because it's never been touched before. But yeah, so like I said, when I looked online, I was right. You do squeeze these a little bit and you just pry it off, but mine was a pain. But I got it off, and just like I thought, shift knob is out. So the new shift knob comes with a different style of whatever it is, that clip. Where is it? Where did I put it? Where did I put the old one? Oh, right here. So instead of using this old one, it comes with a different one that accommodates the wire. So you can see there's a little section for the wire to sit, because the wire is going to be in the way of the old one. It's not going to be able to clip down. So it comes with this one where the wire can sit right in that notch right there. You see it? So you're going to pull this up. Obviously I can't do this in one hand, but I'm going to show you guys real quick. You're going to pull this up nice and tight. Get the shift knob pushed up really firm up against here, and then slide this one down, and it should lock in. It's 2 notches, so 1 notch here, and then it's going to lock in one more time. Let me see if I can get it to show you. It's going to lock in again. See that second notch down there? It's going to lock in on that one. Okay, so this is how I'm doing it. I pushed the shift knob in, and I got it real tightly, firmly pushed up against the top of this shift boot. So I'm squeezing it now, so that way it doesn't move. And I'm tucking the edges of the shift boot down into the shift knob. So let me see if I can do this. Let me hold my phone in my lap. You see? Can you see it? The wire's in the way. Alright. So I'm literally using this flathead and tucking these down in there. The back side is going to be a little bit harder because the wire is there. There it is. There we go. So see, sorry if I didn't hold it right in front of the camera, but I just tucked those down there. So now I'm going to slide this down. And again, please make sure you put the shift knob in the right way. You know, all the letters facing the same way, because you don't want to lock this thing on and it's the wrong way. So now I'm going to slide this over like that and lock it down. Hopefully I'm holding this in front of the camera, but it's going to take a good firm press. I got to move the shift knob. Sorry about the chainsaw in the background. But yeah, so see that second notch? It locks down there, so I still got to push a little bit more to get that piece in. But see how it locked in nice and firmly? After you tuck those pieces in there, make sure you do that, or else the shift knob is going to be sloppy. You don't want that. So it's nice and tight, holding those pieces down, those edges down, and it's going to look like OEM. Boom, look at that, just like OEM. Again, I'm gonna say it, this is like the 3rd or 4th time. Make sure these letters are facing the right way. You don't want to have to pull that off. So now next is pretty much putting it back together. So you're gonna get the wire harness, the jumper. You're gonna plug this end of the jumper to the OEM one right there, and then you run these 2 plugs. One will go to the shifter's wire, and the other will go to the OEM trim wire, trim plug. And then after that, we start putting everything back together. Okay, let's get this out of the way. So this side plugs to this. The shorter side plugs to this because this wire is longer. Then the longer side plugs to this one. They're the same plug, but obviously the longer one is going to go to this one because this is further away. And the shorter one is going to go to here because this wire is longer. Alright, so now time for the reinstallation. So I got my phone propped up. Hopefully it doesn't fall over. Okay, so all plugged up. Tuck these wires down a little bit. I'm going to put them in front. Like that. Okay. Slide this down. Let's tuck these away some more. Let's push them up front. There's nothing really down there. It's not like it's a manual where it's going to be a little... Oh. Yep. Let's fix this again. You guys a good view. Alright, let's see how long that lasts. Alright, so like I said, tuck these away, push them down, slide this down, and where's that thing? Just feel and try and slide this over. There we go. Okay. Now let's get this locked in place. Alright, that's working. Push it down real good. And actually, before you go ahead and click all that down, let's turn this on and see if it lights up. So yes, it did light up. You guys can see. Pull off that paper. but it is lit up, as you can see. Just double check how it locks in. Okay, so see, all right, let me show you real quick. There's hooks, see them? Hooks. So hook this underneath like that. I don't know if you, let me show you again. There's the hooks and they go in those slots. Hook those underneath and then you can push this down. Boom. And then last is this. And we are finished. Now we have a double prindle, not prindle, prindis. Other cars say prindle, like I said, but yeah, double prindis. Let's make sure it actually works. Actually, it lit up, but we don't know if it's actually controlling everything. Yep. Let's see. It's hard to see in the daytime. Turn this off. Yep. All right. The phone had connected to the Bluetooth, but yeah. The N lit up. Drive and sport lit up. Plus and minus lit up. What's that? Yeah, the arrow ain't doing nothing. I'm sure it doesn't. But yeah, everything's working. And that's that. Nice, and I gotta wipe all this down. Got all my fingerprints all over it. But yeah, and there you have it. I'm looking for an e-brake. I got us right there.